Did Sabrina Carpenter convince Taylor Swift to break up with Blake Lively? Say what? And why are people drinking Sydney Sweeney's bathwater? And I got a message for the Meghan Markle fans because they be coming for me. Let's get it. You're listening to No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up, guys? Welcome on in, everybody in the club. But what's going on? How's everybody doing? What's up? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh, feeling spicy today. What's up, guys? Okay, lots to get into today. We have to come up with a name for all the Meghan Markle stands. Initially, I was thinking like losers, but then I was like, no, that's not original enough. Like, we'll have remember when the Perez fans were coming after me and we called them the Perezzies? Well, I've been canceled for the third time this month. Getting beaten up all over the comments right now over my review of Meghan Markle's wine, which to me didn't even seem that bad. I was like, oh, the wine is fine. I just don't. I think I said buy it for the novelty, but like don't buy it because it's exceptional wine, because I don't think like there's ever like rosé is a very low benchmark for exceptional wine. Like if you're going to invest in good wine, I would say invest in like red wine. Rosé, it's hard to screw up a rosé, right? But I guess because I said that the wine was fine, I didn't even hate on the wine. I was like, it's fine. I was like, I don't think it's worth $30 a bottle when you have to buy 3 bottles. That's why the video was called Meghan Markle's $90 wine, because that was your buy-in if you wanted to just get the wine. You had to buy in $90 because the bottles were $30 each, and you had to buy a mandatory of 3 bottles. So yeah, I'm just like, okay, all right, okay. I saw that people were hating on Zack for his review of the wine. Yeah, all over TikTok and X, and I was like, whoa, what? I started getting tagged and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute. Can you treat me like that? I watched you said it's too expensive. That's really the worst thing that I said, was that it was the worst thing that I said was that it was not worth, in my opinion, the price. I said you can easily like go to Whole Foods or go somewhere and go to Whole Foods, go to Ralph's, go to I don't know, wherever you shop, go to the farmer's market, and you can get like a $14 bottle of wine, and it'll be just fine. You go to Trader Joe's and get like a $10 rosé. I mean, don't get a $10 rosé. Like I at least pay I would say at least like 15, right? At least $15 per bottle. But yeah, that's the worst that I said about it. It's fine. The branding's not that original. I stand by everything I said. The wine was fine. But yeah, so they're dragging me online. I'm like, damn. First it was the Prez fans, then it was the Crystal Ball fans, it was the Prezzies, then the broken crystal balls, and now it's the Markles. Whatever. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've always got the spicy takes, the hot takes, and the spicy opinions, and all the things. So yeah. I also saw that they're like, oh, you just hate her because you want to be a white woman. And I was like, what? When did I want to be a white woman? Haven't you known that in this day and age, you can be whatever? If I wanted to be a white woman, I could be a white woman tomorrow and get it to reflect on my ID and everything. If I wanted to be a white woman, the government would let me do that. I don't want to be a white woman. And then people are calling me Zack Gonzalez in the comments, because I guess I didn't realize it was a secret that my legal last name is Gonzalez, and people think that that's like some sort of serve, is to like use my last name. I mean, hello, Hispanic, never have hidden that. Kind of hard to hide that in my face. But yeah, they're just like, Zack Gonzalez is mad. I'm like, you act like I didn't grow up writing Zachary Peter Gonzalez on all of my papers in school. Like, I was Zachary Peter Gonzalez in school. When I go to the doctor's office, he's not like, hey, Zack Peter. No, I have a legal last name, you guys. I didn't get how that was a serve. You know, I was like, oh, okay. you hate women. Why would you want to be? Oh, yeah, clear. Yeah, I hate women. So why would I want to be a woman? I'm like, you know what? Kiss more guns. Hi, Bravo, babe. What's going on, Bravo, babe? In the house. In the house. Oh, by the way, you've always mentioned being a Latina. Yeah, I've never denied. Like, I'm not a white woman. I'm not. um, I think I'm gonna do a members live after this, and I'm gonna spill lots of Real Housewives of Orange County tea because there's like this drama that's come up, and people are. The spoilers for the season have now come out and they're circulating online. So I feel like, okay, well, at this point, I can talk about it. I've known about all the tea. I've known about what's to come this season. I've kind of been annoyed. I know which housewives are talking to bloggers, and I'm going to talk about which housewives are talking to bloggers. We're going to do it. We're going to get into all the housewife stuff. And then, yeah, I'll answer a lot. There's a lot that I will talk about on members only today. We will do members only today. I promise you. But yeah, but before we move forward, I just want to say to all the Meghan Markle fans, I understand that you're upset with me. I read all of your comments. I hear you. I know you didn't like my review of the wine. And so I would just like to take a moment while I have the chance to sincerely tell you to go fuck off. All right, let's get into the show. What's next? Should we talk? Oh, let's talk about Sabrina Carpenter because this theory, the Meg. No, yeah, they're the Blake bots, but we can't call them the Megan bots. It doesn't have a ring to it. Members only on YouTube or Instagram. I don't have a members only on Instagram. It's only on YouTube for now. Yeah. So I have to give credit to Elsie Elsrich. She kind of came up with this because she's like, I'm not even a Swiftie. A heartfelt. I thought you were gonna say something heartfelt. That was heartfelt. That was when I said fuck off, I meant that from the bottom of my heart. The bottom of my heart. Lyman denied both Isabella and Baldoni's motions. So he denied. Oh, did that just happen? Uh-oh, let me check the docket. Let's check the docket. Uh-oh, what is this? Zack, Peter, and Billy Bush highlight Taylor Swift's deafening silence on Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. Now, podcasters Billy Bush and Zack Peter, who have been covering the Lively Baldoni, sat together to discuss the issue. Oh yeah, we did. Thank you. New headlines. Okay. Is there? Where's the thing? I don't see anything on the docket. The judge tonight. Did it just come in? I don't see anything in my. I guess not. I don't know. All right. Whatever. Today I was on Court Listener. Oh, okay. So it might be there. I just it hasn't come across my page yet. Please never change that. Never and forever and always. What is Baldoni's motion was to serve Isabella by alternative means, right? And then Isabella's was to get out of the subpoena, or she wanted sanctions and stuff. So it appears now that Isabella's attorney has surfaced that now the attorney can receive the subpoena, so there's no need to serve her by alternative means. And then Isabella can't get out of the subpoena, so she has to now face it. Face it. Face the subpoena. Okay. Let's give a quick shout out to this week's sponsors, and then let's dive into the Sabrina Carpenter, Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, and then the Sydney Sweeney. And people be drinking her bathwater. Say why? But first, what if one capsule a day could help you feel full, reduce cravings, and actually enjoy eating less? Meet Appetite from the Wellness Company, a groundbreaking formula that helps you take control of your hunger, boost metabolism, and feel fuller longer. It features Akkermansia, a next-gen probiotic shown to boost GLP-1, which is the hormone that controls appetite and metabolism, and it's paired with saffron to curb emotional eating, reduce stress, and support balanced serotonin levels. No stimulants needed. Appetite also includes GLP-1 and GLP-2 activating probiotics, plus prebiotics like inulin and green banana to keep you satisfied and support your gut health. It's time your gut controls your thoughts and your mind takes a break with a unique combination of amazingness engineered into one convenient capsule ready to work naturally with your body. Head to twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to get 15% off plus free shipping. Again, that's twc.health/nofilter and use code NOFILTER to get 15% off. Take control of your health with the Wellness Company. You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. I did too, until I found out that Nutrafol isn't like the rest. If you're dealing with hair issues like thinning or shedding, but feel totally stuck on what to try next, I get it, which is why I'm telling you, Nutrafol is a great option. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. Okay, that's the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and use the promo code NOFILTER. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol, Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. Hi guys. Sorry, I'm checking because apparently there's a new declaration from Vatusa. Crazy. Yeah, new stuff on the docket right now. Yeah, I just heard. Listen, we're live. I'm sorry. I'm hoping they will be sent to me right now. I've texted the Avengers. I'm like, can somebody send me something? I'm literally live online right now, and they get mad at me when I Google things because they're like, don't Google things, you ignorant moron, you ignorant white wannabe woman. Yeah. Which also, funny enough, I was texting with Stu right now, and he's like, why are they saying you want to be a white woman? I thought Meghan Markle was black. And I was like, that's right. Sir. Good point. Okay. So I have to give this to Elsie Elsrich. She's the one that came up with this theory about here's the ruling with Isabella from Judge Lyman. The Wayfair parties moved to serve by alternative means. Yeah, so I already knew this. I want the Vatuska one, though. The Wayfair party's motion for alternative services is denied. Yeah. Farah's request for sanctions is denied. So no sanctions, no, but yeah, they don't need to do that anymore. But so Elsie was saying that Sabrina Carpenter is the only one that's featured on Taylor Swift's new album. And she also has a history with Justin Baldoni. So they filmed the movie Clouds. Baldoni directed Clouds, and it was with Sabrina Carpenter and who else was in Clouds? Was there any other like big? I don't know if there was any other big names in Clouds, but she was in it, and so Elsie reminded us that like Sabrina Carpenter is very endearing of Justin Baldoni. She's never had anything negative to say about Baldoni, and so I'm pretty sure. And Taylor's met Baldoni, right? Like you have to. Donna, send me the Vatuska one. That's the one that I want. I want Vatuska. And so I kind of hear what Elsie's saying that like, yeah, maybe Sabrina did kind of like she has become more friendly with Taylor Swift. She's on Taylor Swift's new album. She's the only artist that's featured or mentioned that's going to be featured on the new album. So I'm assuming that, there was probably I wonder if Taylor talked to Sabrina about Justin Baldoni and whether or not like, oh, what was your experience working with him? Blake's now saying this, or I'm sure when the filing dropped, Sabrina probably reached out to Taylor and she's like, whoa, I worked with Baldoni. That doesn't sound like him at all. So there's something there. There's something there. Donna said, okay, yes, master. WTF. Wow. This is what you're going to get this weekend at Dosers Live. This Saturday, Donna Bowling is doing Dosers Live. You guys can still get tickets. You can still get some tickets to Dosers Live. I'm going to be there. Stu's going to be there. Who else is going to be there? Sarah Fraser is going to be there. Some TikTokers are going to be there. Sent my king. Thank you. That's how you should change my contact in your phone, Donna, to my king. Okay, here's the Vatuska filing. What did he say? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let's see. New declaration. This better be good. Y'all are making me read this on the show. Okay. All right. I am okay. I am James Vatusa, independent penalty of perjury, blah blah blah. I'm a journalist formerly employed by the Daily Mail. Ha, because I reported that you was gone, bro. You was gone. Um my responsibilities included cultivating sources. Got it. I was thrust into the center of this consolidated lawsuit by a complaint filed by the Wayfair parties and attorney Brian Friedman. I was at the Daily Mail. I was the Daily Mail reporter that authored the text messages which appeared in the Wayfair's amended complaint. Got it. I signed a declaration that was submitted to this court on June 5th, 2025 by Leslie Sloan, Vision PR. Got it. While true, the initial declaration did not include everything I wished to say. Oh, what more do we wish to say? Before signing the initial declaration, I repeatedly raised to my former employer at the Daily Mail that I wished to provide additional important information and evidence. Okay. However, the Daily Mail did not allow me to do so or with my initial declaration. Interesting. The initial declaration was prepared and presented to me under intense pressure. The attorneys who purported to represent me in drafting the initial declaration were appointed by my then employer, the Daily Mail. I was implored to go along with their draft and legal framing under threat that failure to cooperate would jeopardize my job and legal standing. That document appears to have been part of a coordinated effort to sanitize and reinforce a falsehood. While my initial declaration itself was not false, it did not tell the whole story. This is getting juicy. It's Miss Juicy, baby. I have since been terminated by the Daily Mail after filing a whistleblower report regarding my initial declaration. I believe my termination was retaliatory, tied to my whistleblowing, and I have since retained new counsel. Oh, this means, I mean, the info that Perez was putting out there, I guess was true. It just took a lot longer. And he had to really lawyer up. Okay, here's the false attribution. Oh no, is this going to be good for Baldoni or for Blake? Okay. Having severed ties with the Daily Mail, we love when we sever ties. Snap. I wish to further explain my communications with Leslie Sloan, Melissa Nathan, and Brian Friedman. I believe it's interesting that the Daily Mail was encouraging him to support Leslie Sloan and encouraging him to go against Justin Baldoni. Okay. I believe that sharing the full context of these conversations is necessary for the court and for the public to understand the truth. Damn it, James Vatuska, come on, no filter. Some guys DM James Vatuska and tell him he better come on, no filter. Okay. In both the original and amended complaints filed by the Wayfair parties and Mr. Friedman, I am described as having said that Leslie Sloan, Blake Lively's longtime publicist, told me that Miss Lively claimed Mr. Baldoni sexually assaulted her. That allegation is false. I never heard Leslie Sloan make any such statement whatsoever, and I never said she did or to anyone. My initial declaration said that I was the Daily Mail reporter that authored the text messages that appear in paragraph, whatever, of the amended complaint. Got it. I said my use of the term sexually assaulted in those text messages was a mistake, and I meant to say sexually harassed. Okay. I also said that Miss Sloan never told me that Miss Lively was harassed or assaulted. I stated that the Wayfair parties and their counsel did not consult me before they used the term assaulted in their text chain. Got it. Where's the falsehood? I believe that I believe the impression that was left by my initial declaration was that I mistakenly told Miss Nathan and Mr. Friedman that Miss Sloan had told me that Miss Lively was assaulted. This is not accurate. What the initial declaration did not convey is the following important additional detail. Get to the fucking point, Vatuska. I expressly told Melissa Nathan and Brian Friedman in text messages on December 25th that Leslie Sloan never told me that Miss Lively was harassed or assaulted. My text message exchange with Miss Nathan and Mr. Friedman is attached as Exhibit A. Ooh, this is getting bad. Yeah, I have come to understand that the Wayfair party's defamation lawsuit against Miss Sloan and Miss Lively was based on part of the allegation that Miss Sloan told me that Miss Lively was assaulted by Mr. Baldoni. Not only did that never happen, I told Miss Nathan and Mr. Friedman in writing on December 25th that it never happened. I was shocked when I learned that this looks bad. These allegations in the amended complaint were based on a statement that was never made after I had been very clear about that with both Miss Nathan and Mr. Friedman. Ooh, this is bad for Baldoni. To summarize unequivocally, Miss Sloan never told me that Miss Lively was harassed or assaulted by Justin Baldoni or anyone else. Melissa Nathan and Brian Friedman knew this as of December 25th, 2024, by filing a lawsuit based on falsely casting me as the source of the allegation. Mr. Friedman, his clients, and those apparently aligned or acting in concert with them have caused immense harm and, I believe, misled the court. They have damaged my reputation, cost me my employment, and undermined my career as a journalist. I submit this declaration to ensure that the court and the parties have a complete record of my knowledge and that my name is not further misused in service of a false narrative or those who conceived it. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws and the United States of America that the foregoing is true and correct. Damn. Damn. And damn. Um Whew. Interessante. Interessante. What a time, what a time, what a time. Uh-oh. Oh, Stu's now getting dragged into my Meghan Markle drama. Didn't Blake say that he harassed her? That's why Baldoni is defending himself. Yeah. So here's the thing. Erica says, going back to work, nice to see your beautiful Mexican fan. That sounds a little racist, but thank you. Vatuska hitting Chat GBT for that 2,000 words. Yeah, he was trying to get that word count in. But Baldoni's case is dismissed. So does this even matter? It does not matter. No. Because his case was dismissed. Yes. It does help Blake, unfortunately, which does tell us that when Perez was like, "Ooh, there was pressure to file that," and the pressure he did it under duress, and the pressure was by Leslie Sloan. This now tells the exact opposite story. It wasn't pressure from Leslie Sloan; it was pressure from the Daily Mail, and it looks like the Daily Mail was pressuring him, and they were trying to. It seems like protect Baldoni. Again, just have to call it how it is. Call a spade, and this definitely. How does this hurt Baldoni? Blake ultimately filed a complaint. Yes, it hurts Baldoni because it shows that they were using information that they knew was painting a false light. Granted, his defamation case has been dismissed. It is not coming back up, but the fact that they did still try to push forward the defamation case and they were misrepresenting something, I think just doesn't look good for him. I don't think this hurts him overall in the long run, but it is like it definitely is not helpful. This might help Leslie get her lawyer's fees. Yeah, because it does show that there was malicious intent and reckless disregard. Because that's what Leslie Sloan is fighting for. She's fighting for her attorney's fees as a result, because she's saying that she didn't make these statements and that they knew that she didn't make these statements. And so, yeah, this definitely helps her case. But didn't we read his text? Yes, we did read his text, but he's saying there were additional text messages where he made it clear to Melissa Nathan and Brian Friedman that that is not true, and he did not, like, the context was twisted, assuming he's telling the truth. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's telling the truth if he says that. Oh, and it attached the text message in his exhibits, so it's true. Okay, Friedman sadly messed up there. Yeah, yeah, and we can trust this guy. Yeah, we have no reason not to. Listen, I don't like it. This guy sounds unstable. Listen, guys, I don't fucking cancel me again. Whatever. I don't like it, but the reality is doesn't look good for Baldoni. Leslie Sloan doesn't look good though, because all her messages she sent to Blake, she was also bashing Baldoni in the press as well. Yeah, listen, there's a whole mountain of other stuff that looks bad for Leslie Sloan, but this specific piece with the updated Vatuska filing, could he be telling a partial truth? No, he already told a partial truth, which is now he's adding more. He's saying that I told the partial truth because the Daily Mail pressured me. Guys, just accept the loss. Take the L. We got to take the L and keep it moving. Take the L and keep it moving. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. It sucks. But if Friedman really did know that this was not true and still pushed it forward, then unfortunately this hurts Leslie Sloan's case against them. Okay. It sucks. Let's take the L. Let's keep it moving. He attached the texts from Christmas, but he did not attach all of the texts with Leslie. So it's just taking his word for that. Leslie never said that. Yeah. Here's the thing, too, just to play the other side. I can't imagine Friedman would be this reckless, this careless. Well, listen, he kind of we've seen Friedman have a few fumbles, right? With his statements in the press sometimes where he's like, we're going to sue her into oblivion. We're absolutely going to file a new amended complaint. Like, he would speak with these absolutes that ultimately have come back. Or, he poked the judge and the judge got upset with him. So that's why he's taking a step back. And Kevin Fritz has kind of come forward, you know? So it's fine. It's not anything that I don't think the case can recover from, but you know, not a good look, in my opinion. Um, is the second is this the second penalty under perjury? What are we to believe? Yes, but he's not changing his story. Vatuska's not changing his story. He's just adding more details, and the additional details, unfortunately, show that Friedman and Melissa Nathan were pretty aware that this specific statement. Listen, and on the flip side, even if Leslie Sloan never used the words assault, that doesn't mean that she didn't insinuate or imply certain things to give Vatuska that impression. However, I will say, from the beginning, I always thought Vatuska and Stephanie Jones were two people last summer that blew this up a lot more than what it was. I think Vatuska was a pot stir, and I think Vatuska was playing both sides. I think he was playing both of the teams so that he could get his little exclusive. It's so interesting too, though, because I know a lot of information about Vatuska and a lot of information about, and I will say I think there's more to why he was terminated by the Daily Mail. Um, yeah, there's more behind. I did get more details when I was looking into Vatuska prior to all of this. That oh, that's interesting. I had heard just between us. This is what I heard. I had a source that revealed to me that Vatuska, and this now puts into question how only and listen, this only matters because we're in the live chat questioning his motives. And I did hear from somebody, this was a few months ago. I did have a source that had disclosed to me that Vatuska would make things up in his articles. And apparently this was something that the Daily Mail was aware of, that he wouldn't always verify or vet his sources, or there was something to the legitimacy of his sources. Like sometimes, like it's not uncommon for reporters to beef up a quote if they get it from a source, and to kind of, and I've had that happen, right? I have a ton of friends that are um reporters or journalists that'll reach out to me about like, oh, this person, or can I get a comment about this or whatever. And sometimes I will, and they'll sometimes, take and add a little sauce to it or beef it up, or the context in which they use the quote is a little, fine and whatever. I get it. That's their job. That's what they got to do. I don't hate them for it. I have had that happen to me where they beef things up. But I've heard that Vatuska has done more than just beef things up. And apparently the Daily Mail allegedly was fine with some of his practices because it would get engagement. And the website obviously was driving engagement. This doesn't help the Daily Mail. And I feel bad saying this about the Daily Mail because I do have friends that are at the Daily Mail, right? But I did also have a source that separately disclosed things to me when Vatuska was originally coming up in conversations, and like, oh, well, Daily Mail knows that, his journalistic integrity maybe isn't the highest standard, and he kind of beefed things up to get more engagement. Yeah. So, you know, I wonder what the Daily Mail will say about this. I don't know. I would love the Daily Mail to issue a statement um, as to why they actually fired him, because I know that there were additional ground. I would assume that these other details that I knew of were additional grounds to fire him. And this could have potentially been the final nail in the coffin for him. I don't know. Maybe this is why he no longer works. Well, now that's what I'm thinking, Christina. I think there's more to this. I'm on hold with all of this, and I'll wait for it to come. Yeah. So then, okay. So sorry. I know I was like, oh, but this is a loss for Baldoni. So in jogging my memory of that I think, and this could potentially be why he's now filing this letter, because he's fighting for his journalistic integrity. He's fighting for his reputation. But if your reputation was already kind of shitty, then like, I don't know. This kind of sounds like karma coming back to get you, in my opinion. Um. So. Oof. But yeah, he allegedly didn't have the most ethical practices with how he would source certain things. It's what I've heard. Yeah, the timing is sus. The timing is very sus. Air quotes. Yeah. Zach, you're amazing. Thank you for being brutally honest. Thank you. Look into Salma Hayek and her husband and how they're backing the Reynolds. Interesting. I don't know much about the relationship with the Reynolds, but we'll see. In regards to Sabrina Carpenter and Blake and Taylor, because I know we got a little sidetracked and derailed, I think it's possible. Like we said, Sabrina has a history with Baldoni, and I'm pretty sure she defended. I would not be surprised if Sabrina Carpenter defended Baldoni to Taylor. Okay, let's talk about. Please stop spamming the chat. If you want Zach to read it, please send a super chat. Thank you. Um, Bravo Babe became a member on YouTube. Okay. Isabella Farah is a coward. Here's the thing, and this is where Elsie also changed my mind a bit on Isabella Farah because she was also just on Billy Bush. Like we have to give Elsie the MVP of the week because not only did she crack the code on Sabrina, and she also she told Billy Bush, she's like, people need to stop saying that Isabella Farah is a young impressionable girl. I still think that she is a young impressionable girl. I still think that Blake took advantage of that and exploited that by dangling all these little carrots in front of her. I stand by that. Now, where I think Elsie is correct, though, is that now Isabella can wake up to the reality, and now um, Isabella can like have a say in what they do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think Isabella has an opportunity to be honest and to just I mean, again, why are you evading the subpoena? You know? I think she is of age. Elsie is right. She's a grown woman and she is now of age and she is now not to say that she wasn't during the film, but she I think was enamored by Blake, was probably enamored like she is young and impressionable, but I get Elsie's point of being like, but she's not dumb. She's not 19 and naive, right? Like she is a grown woman. She's in her 20s. So I get that, you know? I will agree with Elsie to a degree, like Judge Lyman, granted in part and denied in part. So Elsie's assessment is granted in part and denied in part. I think she was young and impressionable and was enamored with Blake Lively and her celebrity and the perks that came with it. But I also agree she is grown and she just has to own that she got caught up in it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Elsie is so smart. I'm smart too. I was with her all the way on that Isabella since the moment they couldn't find her to subpoena her. If she comes clean, I will forgive her. Yeah. Young and impressionable in business, but not in life. Yeah. Old enough to know right and wrong. And old enough to know, oh, shoot, shit, I think I got caught up and enamored in, this stuff. Okay. That said, let's talk about Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. She was just in Is You Stupid or Is You Dumb? She was just in the Wall Street Journal, which I thought was a great cover. Well, actually, it wasn't my favorite cover. She's had better photos and stuff. But anyway, um, she addresses this controversy with her bathwater soap. So I guess she did she did a deodorant commercial, some sort of or bath wash commercial. She did some sort of promotion for like a men's self-care brand. I think it was like a deodorant, Mr. Quash, Mr. Squash, something like that. And from there was talk about Sydney Sweeney's bathwater and people wanting to drink Sydney Sweeney's bathwater, right? And so from that, she capitalized off of it. It was a really smart moment. She struck while the iron was hot and she released a bar of soap, a limited edition bar of soap that literally sold out in seconds or minutes. And I think it was called Bath Bliss was the name of it, and it was a bar of soap that was supposedly made with Sydney Sweeney's Dr. Dr. Squatch. Yes, that was the brand that she initially partnered with to promote she did a commercial to promote them in a bath, and then people were like, "Oh, I want to drink Sydney Sweeney's bath water." So then she came up with a bar of soap that was supposedly made with her real bath water. And listen, that could have just been a big body of water that she was kind of in at one point, and then they took that and like infused it into a batch of soap, and you know, whatever. Buying dirty soap. It's not really dirty soap. Like she could have showered and then gotten in the water. Like I don't listen. I don't know the details. I don't know how many coochie juices were baked into the soap. Okay. Ew, but she is so smart. She's smart because it sold out. People are weird. People are weird. Listen, if you want a Zack Peter bath soap, I'll sell my bath water. Um, Sydney Sweeney's like, yes, put baby in the bath water. Anyway, she's addressing it in the Wall Street Journal about this controversy that was stirred up. I feel like I'm the internet Sydney Sweeney with all the scandal, all the times the internet's tried to cancel me this month. No, I didn't expect Zach to read my comment with me calling myself smart. Well, so she's saying that the heat that she's gotten surprisingly is from women. And she's like, I don't get why women are so upset that I sold this bar of soap. Like people think that it's gross and all these things. And I get it. It is kind of gross. You're selling your bathwater, but people are super into it. And she's like, nobody cared when it was Jacob Elordi. Now, Jacob Elordi, I think it was a candle that was released of Jacob Elordi's, or it was a candle that the internet put out, which was inspired by Saltburn, where it was Jacob Elordi and who's the one that looks like a mouse? Barry Keoghan. And so there was a scene where I guess Jacob Elordi jerks off into a bathtub, and then I didn't see Saltburn, but he jerks off into a bathtub, and then Barry Keoghan's character, after he walks out of the bathroom, Barry Keoghan's character jumps into the bathtub and like smells the water and drinks Jacob Elordi's cummy bath water. Gross. That to me is more gross than the Sydney Sweeney soap. It's him drinking Jacob Elordi's cummy bath water. And so people were like, oh, I would drink Jacob Elordi's bath water. And so that kind of piggybacked off of Sydney Sweeney's thing, where then she went and sold this bar of soap, which was allegedly, made with her real bath water. Now, do I think she was in there like, ooh, let's get all the coochie juices in this water? No. But I do think that, I mean, it could have even been like a pool or a large bath that she maybe showered in, jumped in, it's kind of like, let me go swimming. And then they use that to like very lightly infuse it into the bars of soap so that they could say that it was made with Sydney Sweeney's bath water, right? So yeah. What about Gwyneth Paltrow's coochie candle? No one lost their minds about that. Everybody, are you kidding me? Everybody lost their minds about that. She had a candle, Gwyneth Paltrow. She had a candle that was, it said, "This candle smells like my vagina." I never smelled I wanted one. I wanted a Gwyneth Paltrow coochie candle. I'm sad no one ever bought me a Gwyneth Paltrow coochie candle. I have really good candles. One thing I can say about my apartment is when people come in here, they're always like, "Ooh, that smells good. What is that?" Da, da, da. I know how to pick good candles and I know how to get good scents. I don't do no Yankee Doodle vanilla pumpkin spice bullshit. Stop saying coochie juices. What's wrong with coochie juice? What do you hate women? You hate women and their coochie juices? Coochie juices are natural. Okay. Coochie juices are very natural. Men love coochie juices. I see a lot of creepy guys buying her bath soap. They bought it and it made a lot of money, you know? I'm still looking for my mind. I lost it somewhere. Yeah. So, Sydney Sweeney looks desperate being everywhere all at once, more hungry than the next selling timeshares. I mean, Shelby says pre-cum is natural too. People love pre-cum, you know? Oh my God, stop. I'm trying to eat. Is it, I'm going to ask Donna, is coochie juices an offensive term? Um, so people buy strangers' dirty clothes. Yeah, people want to buy people buy socks, used socks. People buy used underwear. So listen, it happens all the time. At least Sydney Sweeney gave us a clean product. I just think I know she's trying to be like women hate women, and that's why the women are mad at me for selling the soap. I think it is a little gross, the bath water, whatever. I think she made a good point of like people were buying all the Jacob Elordi bath water candles, so why can't somebody buy my Sydney Sweeney bath water soap? At least it's a product where you can clean yourself, and nobody's drinking it, which was, the scene from Saltburn. They were drinking Jacob Elordi, or Barry Keoghan was drinking gross. Ugh, I watched the clip this morning on TikTok. It was so gross. It was like genuinely so gross. So anybody want to buy my bath? I mean, listen, I wouldn't be mad. I was thinking of making shirts that say, "Love me some Zack Peter," inspired by Jed Wallace, Love me some Zack Peter. Would you buy some? Oh, speaking of buying, love me some Zack Peter merch. I also wanted to share because I always put my money where my mouth is, and I always show my receipts. I made my donation to Home Life Community this morning. We raised 600. I think it was $607, and also, but since I always covered the transaction fees, the total donated to Home Life Community for my birthday. Remember, I said all merch sales for my birthday. I'm going to donate 50% of them to Home Life Community. So here is my receipt to Home Life Community, which helps provide housing and adult services for individuals on the autism spectrum or other disabilities. So when you need somewhere to live, my brother has autism. He's an adult now. One of the biggest fears that families have when raising a child with autism or severe special needs is what's going to happen to them when I'm gone. Obviously, you don't want them to become a ward of the state. So Home Life Community is creating resort style homes for adults with autism and other disabilities or disorders, giving them a place to live. And so I wanted to raise money because Dr. Jerry Cartznell, who's the founder of Home Life Community, he was my brother's doctor. He means a lot to me. And he was also Jenny McCarthy's, her son's doctor. So, Jenny and I are always very supportive of Dr. Jerry. And yeah, so thank you guys for helping us raise this money. This morning, I was able to donate the 600 in total with the transactions fees. It was $634.97. Here's the receipt that I got from Home Life Community. Donation has been made. So put that in your crystal ball. Number one. And number two, this now brings our total raise this year for merch charity campaigns to over $7,000. Collectively, we helped raise over $7,000, which has been fully donated. I've shown you all of the receipts donated to charity. We raised money for the No More organization and we raised money for Home Life Community. I think we will do another charity campaign. I think I want to launch shorts that say, "Love me some Zack Peter," in honor of Jed Wallace's text messages, and we'll decide which organization to donate that money to, if you guys are down for another charity campaign. So, yay! Thank you guys for helping to support and raise money for Home Life Community. You can go to homelifecommunity.org and make your own donation should you feel so compelled, or if you're down for another limited edition charity merch campaign, let's do it. I'll donate another 50% of my proceeds with the launch of that new shirt. All right. Not pledged, donated. They are not. Exactly. We don't just pledge, we donate it. Oh. All right. That's it. Love you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Drop a comment on Spotify. You can stream No Filter with Zack Peter weekday mornings here on YouTube, or you can also watch full episodes on Spotify. And you can listen to full episodes on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple Podcasts. I love when you guys leave me nice reviews on Apple Podcasts, so please keep those coming. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Okay, give me a follow, Just Plain Zack. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. There will be a Real Housewives of Orange County tell-all today, so stay tuned for that. I'll do that. Let me get this episode uploaded and all the things, and then we'll do the members only. So expect that shortly. Love you guys. Appreciate you. I'll probably do it as soon as Donna Bowling is finished with her show, because I don't want to take away from anybody watching her show. So expect within the next 90 minutes to get a notification if you're a member on YouTube, and we'll talk all about Real Housewives of Orange County if you want all that tea. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Ciao for now. Bye. Bye.